Within the pivot table course, we reach more and more interesting lessons, and now we will tackle the filtering operation. We already saw the filters shelf, but we will start by inserting a pivot table on our standard data source sales table, and we will repeat what the filters shelf can do. So let's start as usually by inserting a table and by inserting a pivot table based on this. Then let's create a simple summary sum of sales by regions. This is the initial pivot table that we will start with, and afterwards we need to create a filter for the product category field on office equal office supplies. So we place product category on filters shelf, and by using the drop down we can pick a specific item or many items if we move on to the multiple items selection. I pick office supplies and confirm by hitting OK. Keep in mind you also have the search bar that allows you to look over a longer list of elements. I confirm by hitting OK, and you can right now see just the office supplies, but this is just the beginning of this exercise, because within the next step we need to keep only the product names that belong to Xerox company or 3M company, and this is something we can apply on the product name field. So we place another field on the filters shelf, and then we will look for those two companies. The first one is Xerox, so I choose the search bar and just turn on the multiple items selection mode. And after hitting OK, you can find all the Xerox elements in here. And then the interesting thing, if you want to add another selection to that, for example, text that contain 3M products, then you can use add current selection to filter checkbox to have all of the products from Xerox, both from Xerox and from 3M. We can right now click the filtering icon to make sure we really found just 3M and Xerox products, or the products that contain this kind of string. You can see they are selected together on this list. In the last part of the exercise, we need to create a filter by years coming from the order date. And in the previous lesson, we saw the auto grouping operation on dates, but if you place just the order date on the filters shelf, this auto grouping is not going to happen, and you'll see only the particular dates. But there is a trick if you don't want to create a custom column that we'll learn later within the course. You can first place the order date somewhere on another shelf, like for example on rows. Then if the auto grouping did not appear automatically, you can either group it manually, or you can just place the order date straight on the rows shelf to enforce the auto grouping. You can see right now I've got the years, quarters and order date, which by default refers to months, and then I can remove unnecessary fields from the shelf and place the years back on the filters shelf. So we can use this auto grouping operation, which as I said in the previous lesson is available since Excel 2016 and for all next version like 365 or 2019. And right now you can see that the years is ready for the filtering as a field. There is one disadvantage of using this auto grouped years field, which is Although we have just 4 years in the database, starting from 2011 and ending on the year 2014, so this is the years range we've got in the database, which you can see also on the auto filtering inside the order date. You can see that this years filter is a bit broader. It takes into consideration also the dates before 2011, 2015 appears in here, and we've got even something like greater than 2015. So this is a small disadvantage that we will solve later within the course by creating new columns. But for now on, this is enough. Let's set filter for example, the last year in the database we have 2014, and this is the end of the exercise.